Okay, we're gonna pick up. It's been an hour since the last part of the video. So, something that needs to be noted is that when somebody has a level thing over them, they can't give birth. So, you need to make sure that you level them up so they can give birth. I moved Angela here right before I started recording from the power room because they were good. I don't know why they just lost so much power. Oh, we just got attacked by rad roaches, so we lost some power. Here's little Anna Stewart. She's very perceptive. So she's probably going to be working in the water room like her mommy. And Sarah Harper's just showed up. She's good at power room, water room, and medical. So I guess we'll put her in here. So we've just unlocked the other medical room that creates the Radaway. So we're going to want to build that. I'm going to build it here. I typically like to build one of each and then upgrade them. Yeah, we don't even have enough for that. So we'll put Angela Harper. Wait a minute. Sarah Harper? Angela Harper? What's going on here? That's your sister. Wow. That's funny. Angela and Sarah Harper. There you go. Family reunion. So, anyways, um, so our power took a hit because of the Radroach attack. So we're just gonna build up from that. We are at our maximum right now for our dwellings. What are they called? Living quarters. We can upgrade them. I mean, I could upgrade this one. We don't really need to right now, but like I said before, I want to move this power room here. It's just when's the best time to do that? Because it's going to cost a few thousand to make that happen. And we can't interrupt the power production. So, yeah, in reality, we're doing extremely well with water production. We don't even really need him here. Like, we could have him in there. Her strength is too low. These people need to work out. I'm looking forward to getting the training room, the weight room. We're going to need 24 people before we get that, but then we can train up people for the power room, and I'll show you how to do that. I normally have like a rotating situation in the beginning. So people that have two, I'll send them away. They'll get up to a three, and then I send them back in, grab the next person with two, send them in. So that usually works well. And then the people that have the higher levels, I just keep them in there until everyone else meets the same level as them, typically. So, but that's a little ways away. But it's important that we keep that in mind. Oh, look, Jacob Hawkins is back. He's got 300 caps, which is money, and this stuff. So we'll collect that right away. We'll put him in here. So this armor right now, it gives bonuses that like we don't use that perception so much. Like when we get attacked, we do, but we don't use it normally. So we can swap that out and give him the military fatigues, and he'll still do good production. In reality, we should be giving him the power armor. I was thinking about this a little bit. Um, that might be the best way of doing it. Oh, he needs to heal up. Come here. Mr. Charisma 9. It's weird. He should have gone out and, like, made a whole bunch of friends or something. You know what I mean? Brought them back. Cool people that we can bring into the vault. Anyways. So, he's going to heal up. She needs to grow up. This is the level thing here. This is the scale that'll tell you how close they are to being an adult. I think it takes like 24 hours or 12 hours or something, real game or real time. So he's healing up really fast. We can speed that up by going bam. See that? That's why stim packs are great. So he only needs a couple more minutes. See, and he's happy. He's getting happier. He's like, man, this isn't so bad. I don't mind. You know, he's probably thinking he doesn't mind going out as long as when he comes back, people take care of him. You know what I mean? So that's important. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that weapon on him because the power room gets attacked more than anything else. So the production's pretty good. Water room is doing great. Unfortunately, he's only useful here and in the medical room. She's best in the medical room. We could put her in the diner, but I don't think we need to. It's better to get the rat away, even with the limited production that we have now. So that'll only give us one more production, which is kind of bad. So it's not really worth the 1,000 right now. What works is just logging in, checking your game when you can, just more often. Like, you know, every 15 or 30 minutes or something, just going in, bloop, 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 grabbing your resources, and then closing the game. In the beginning, that really helps. So we don't have anyone exploring. He's fully healed. Throw that power armor on him. He's going to be real happy. So I think he can only go to 75% happiness right now. In here. There isn't, if we put him in a room, there's a possibility he'll go up to 85. So if we put him in here, we'll grab that. There's a possibility he'll go up to, oh, look at that. No, 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 no. Get back up there. Come here, you. And get people equipped. We don't have anything else. Grab whatever weapons we can. They're scaring the little girl. Run away, little girl. So they're going to come in. This is an external threat. You could call this your competitors or something. Your competitors launch a smear campaign. I don't know. They blame you for some of their bad product. You have to fight them off. See, we're doing much better now. See, we already have 2 of them down. Oh, there we go. Unfortunately, they take a long time to finally drop. That's really bad. That's not even worth keeping. We're just going to get rid of that and get that thing, get that moving. So we got the baby thing. We got this thing. Oh, we got that because we got a ball guy. Oh, 5 people dancing. Dancing, quote unquote. So that's the last stage before the smooching. So just keep that in mind. You can actually use that to increase the happiness of your dwellers. You can put them in there and they can flirt and dance, but right before they get to the smooching, you can like split them up and they'll still be happy, which is kind of funny. So if you wanted to look at it this way, that's how you go up, there we go, like that. Kids are always 50%. that doesn't go anywhere until they become an adult, so don't worry about that. 75 is usually the best you can go for. The radio station increases that. There's other things that increase it, but right now, 80% is fine. So, Jacob, I don't think he's going to go up. If we rush this room and we're successful, but there's no point. I mean, the best thing we can do is save up some stim packs and then send him out. The maximum amount they can have is 3. So, I mean, we could send him out there with like 2 and then check back in with them in a couple hours. Actually, we'll do that. Just go. Send him with that stuff. We're going to make more. So in 9 minutes, those are going to be done. Right now would be a good time to just stop the game. So that's what we're going to do. We'll come back in a few minutes. Okay, I took a few minutes, took a break, and I came back to it. I'm going to be doing this throughout this video because you're going to need a little bit of time in between these things. So we are getting our stim packs slowly but surely. I really want to upgrade it. I might just upgrade this, even though it's a little silly to upgrade a room this small. But getting 2 stim packs, I'm just going to do it. So now we have twice as many stim packs. And I'm not going to use all of our money, though. Never use all your money. But the stim packs are way more important than the Radaway right now. And the Radaway takes longer to make, I think. So be careful of that. You'll notice that there's some people missing. They're all dead. No, I'm kidding. So what we did is we got another one of our people pregnant. I basically went through and got a few of these done in between recording. And one of the challenges was to put your people out in the wasteland, like just take 4 of them and just throw them out into there and see what happens. And look at what happened. She's been out there for 9 minutes. And Sarah Harper has picked up not only a lever action rifle, but a radiation suit. Radiation suits are actually quite good early game for adventuring because the perception bonus is always good. And the endurance bonus is extremely helpful, and that will help their health stay high. So they're fully ready to go and healthy, because I didn't have any extra stim packs or anything for them. This was just to get the thing done, and then I walked away for 10 minutes and thought, what's the worst that could happen? And not only an outfit, but also a weapon. And the endurance also helps against radiation, I do believe. So, boom, we just picked up 2 things right there. We sent out Charles Snow. He was our guy in the water room. And look, he picked up military fatigues. So that's going to be incredibly helpful for our power generation, because a big part of getting these outfits is freeing up other workers. And not only freeing up other workers, but it also reduces your lead time for your production, so you can produce more things in less time, which is really, really good. That's what you want. You don't want to keep building rooms. You want to use the rooms you have as efficiently as possible, if possible. And look, Gloria, she found herself a rusty hunting rifle. Look at this, only 12 minutes. We've already picked up a bunch of things. Anthony found himself a handyman jumpsuit, also very useful for the diner. And of course, Jacob Hawkins is here. He picked up combat armor. That's pretty good for the power room. It's actually quite good for adventuring because of the agility. Things that have mixed bonuses usually do better in adventuring, if I'm remembering correctly. And we also got another shotgun. So we're going to be able to get that challenge of getting the weapons because people pick things up. So, I mean, they're doing pretty well. See, this is where there's a problem. So, come here. She's got to go here. She's got to go here. He's got to get a weapon. You need a weapon. You need a weapon. Whoop. Better weapon. And come on. It's extremely difficult to get a hold of people when they're running around. It's a little frustrating. Nope, I didn't want to level you up. I wanted to give you a gun. So we have people coming in, and they're going to do what they can. We don't have any more weapons right now, but this is why we need them. Because these raiders are going to keep attacking us. And, yeah, we need to take them out. So, is he running away? He's running away. See, still won't let me pick the person up. You got to press and hold for a second. No, it's not what I wanted to do. So collect that. That'll be good for the water room. Get a bit of money. So now when people get the weapons, the more weapons we have is at the point where everybody has a weapon, we're going to be in really good shape. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to hold when everybody gets a weapon. When you open and close the vault, when you bring people in and out, that triggers the raiders at some point. So they try to rush in. I guess that's what happens is they rush in when the other people leave or something. Because realistically, how the heck are they going to get through a giant steel door that's like 2 feet thick metal? They're not. But it's a game. So they're going to keep making their medical stuff. Her lead time's longer because she's producing 2 now. And we're a little thin on people. How's your intelligence? You know what? We'll put her over here, speed that up a bit, and we'll see how much that is. And she only has an intelligence of 2, but the additional person, I'm guessing that's going to go down to about 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. And what I'm going to do is every 10 minutes or so, I'm just going to keep checking on this. And if anything big happens, I'll let you guys know. But there we go, 4 minutes. So this is a critical resource for us right now. And it's a capacity-constrained resource, so is this. So there's only so much of it we can make. I think it's only 25 of each. I know I did have a mod that increased it, which made it a lot better. And it also modified some things, but it doesn't work anymore, which is kind of not great. But I want to do this all totally legit. It's better to do it without mods so that everybody can see how they can do this for themselves. So I'm going to take these weapons out. You're wondering maybe why I'm doing that? It's because when there's threats in other parts of the vault, we can send... I'm just going to leave her with that pistol because she's alone right now. We can send those weapons to the people that need it. And the first goal that we want for sure is to get everybody an outfit and a weapon. Because that's going to double their productivity, in some cases more, in some cases less, but in general, it's going to magnify their productivity, and the weapons will help protect them and help deal with emergencies. So those are more like emergency tools. You could think of them in a workplace like first aid, or well, I guess the Stimpaks are kind of like first aid, but it helps you deal with situations, right? So yeah, she's going to take a little while to grow up, but she's already halfway there. See? She's growing up faster than I thought. You kids these days, they grow up so fast. So, so she's gonna probably be going in the water treatment area. And I'm actually surprised at how much stuff they've already picked up. Like, this is really, really good. They still have the same stuff. He's going to be picking up a ton of stuff. What was his name again? Jacob Hawkins. We can't see his stats there, but we could see them here. Oh, it's not letting us go to that view there. Okay. So he's pretty leveled out. Like, his strength is, I think, about a 5, perception 4, endurance 3. So he's more leveled out, which usually means you get a more variety of things. If they're more specialists, they tend to only get certain things. Just want to make sure we're picking these things up. So, and he went up a level. Your special people that you get in the beginning, your cross-trained, your subject matter experts, and your experienced people, like, which are these types of people that you get, they're going to have to level up because they're going to carry you through the first few levels. Like, they're going to get you to the next level. You could consider these people as, very experienced workers, as temporary contract workers that you have to sort out certain situations, or even as consultants to help situations get sorted out and for companies to get off their ground. Because there's a lot of startups that are kind of in similar situations. They're trying to figure out where to sort out their resources, how are they going to manage things, and it can get a little tricky, especially with issues that come up. So we're making plenty of power. So, I mean, we could even... Oh, rad roaches. See, you got to watch out for Murphy's Law, because right when you think to yourself, oh, yeah, everything's going great, something's going to happen. So you got to be careful of that. Give her a gun. You want a gun too? Here's a gun. You got another gun? Nope. And then everybody goes back. Oh, nope. Don't worry if you accidentally hit the level up thing. It's going to happen. It's not a huge deal. Just, I think they only go to level 50, so try to not do it. If people get to like level 10 or 15, like, be really careful, because it makes a difference. It's more of an issue for the combat workers, like the people in the power plant and people that go exploring. When I made my other vault, which I guess I could show you at some point if you guys like, I think I only brought it to like 100 people or so, and I just focused on training people. Like, I picked up a lot of the where is it? There it is. So I think it's 100. See, once we go through, the Overseer's office allows us to do special missions, but we don't really have the people to do that yet. It's not a good idea to send low-level, unskilled people in those missions. They're not going to make it. Radio Studio increases the happiness of your vault, and it also recruits people on kind of a timed basis. It's okay, but it takes up a person that has high charisma, preferably. Weapon Workshop allows you to make weapons with the junk that we have here. This kind of junk, that's going to be helpful for making weapons. There's certain recipes. Right now, this is not doing us any good. And we do have more outfits. That's right. So we don't need them right now because the outfits, that's perception and luck. That's perception, charisma, and luck. She already has a +4 perception, and she's holding her own right now. That is dropping. So is the food. But when she comes back, that's going to be another outfit we can send someone else out with, as well as the weapon. This we can put into the power room, so we might be able to free up another worker. There's another weapon that'll be coming in. And again, this handyman suit will be going into the diner. So I think I'm going to let him run around for like an hour or so, see what happens. He's doing pretty well for an hour. You'll notice that um, something I noticed is that when people have a higher strength, perception, agility, those are the main combat skills. Luck is important too, endurance is important too, but those main three, the higher those are, the less damage people take because they deal with issues and combat better, so they get less hurt. You see what I mean? They win faster because they're better. So just keep that in mind. What's going on here? Oh, okay. I saw people just wandering around the background. I'm like, what happened? So this is a little frustrating how slow these resources come out. It's also a little frustrating that you max out. Like, there's plenty of room for stim packs. Like, stim packs do not take up that much room. I think that's part of the reason I got the mods, because the logical disconnect for me with some of the capacity constraints in the game don't make sense to me. Like, I could understand it taking a certain amount of time, right? It takes a certain amount of time to do the work, and not quite good at it yet, so they're only making one at a time. But still a little silly. But we're doing well with our power, with what we have now. It's good to build a few things and then just wait and see what happens. Because I think different rooms take up different amounts of power, of energy. So just keep that in mind. So I'm gonna pause this here and come back to it in a few minutes, and we'll check it then. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys a quick sneak peek of what the future state, I guess you could call it, would be. So this is our daily happiness KPIs, and these are our metrics. So this is my other vault. By the way, this is 369, and you get a bonus money, and you have your different objectives, which get to be more complicated. Stop 55 incidents, right? So I had a lot of people out adventuring. So in general, this is the layout that we're going to be going towards. So there's going to be, this is a fully upgraded super reactor. This is something that we'll be able to build later. It's not the regular power room. It's an upgraded, totally separate version. So we're going to have these. So when we do get attacked, they got to go through all these heavy hitters to get to the rest of the vault. You'll see that I still have my hospital and my science center. Those are upgraded for the stim packs and the Radaway. We don't need to have much more than this. We just need to upgrade those rooms. And later have a hydroponics. That's an upgraded diner. Well, not upgraded. This is the second tier. This is the next level. And the same with the water room. The reason why I have these elevators here is to help against certain attacks from certain enemies. I'm trying to remember what the reason was, but there's a reason these are here. It confuses the enemies. So then we have our radio room, where the girls are putting on a great radio show, and we have a barracks here. That's a living quarters, and you'll see that I moved all the living quarters down. They're all down here, away from things. This is the Nuka-Cola bottling plant. Uh-oh, we're getting attacked. Of course we're getting attacked. I'm in the middle of explaining. But the good thing is that these guys are ready to rock. They have +7 strength, and they have the most powerful weapons in the game, in my opinion. 22 to 29. So it's just the robots being dumb. Get out of there. Get out of there. It's not letting me pick them up. Anyways, so these ghouls are brutal. They do a lot of damage. but as long we can take them out really, really fast. You'll also notice that I have a ton of stim packs and Radaway. When I played this game before, I figured out what the actual production rate would be for the stim packs and the Radaway, and then I would give myself what I should actually have, because they're producing them very, very fast, like within a couple of minutes. So, for example, if they were producing every 3 minutes, that means there's 20 per hour, which means there would be 20 times 24 per day, which is 480. So they'd be making 480 of them a day. So I just gave myself that, because I was having massive amounts of people exploring and going on adventures, as you can see, and a limit of 25 was really jamming me up. So this is weapon production. This is armor production. We get people having, there's another Dragon's Maw, get people having the specific outfits for making this. It just happens to be the same for both right now. I also have my training rooms. Everybody's getting trained. This person's at maximum, so now he needs to go to here, and you get money from training people too. I'm not quite sure how that works, but you do. And then you basically just move people in between and make sure that you're clicking on them. 2 more guns. Miniguns are easier to get with certain kinds of junk. The Dragon's Maw plasma casters are harder for me to do, so I had to do that a different way. But you'll see she's level 1, but she's fully trained. Fully trained. So what I typically do, because she has 10 endurance at this point, I have 110 total dwellers, is I would send them out into the wasteland, and then they'd level up fully, and then they're ready to go. Everybody that's working here is level 50. Everybody is miniguns or better, or plasma rifles. Because you basically go through production runs of different weapons that you can make. And, you know, like I can make legendary. I'm making legendary weapons at this point, which is a huge help. But you'll see storage space becomes an issue. Outfits, you know, that becomes a bit of an issue. Junk. Dealing with your junk turns into a problem. You got to keep on top of it. You got to know what you're using, what you're going to need, and what you're going to need in the upcoming. The pets are really useful. You'll see there's a bunch of pets in the crafting rooms to reduce material requirements. There's also pets in here to help do damage and to heal people. A lot of people have pets. I think these 3 are part of one of those overseer quests, and they got a whole bunch of stuff. Well, not as much as, you know, regular, but they got a bunch of good stuff. So this is going to be our target of what we're going to be doing. Yeah, and I put all my storage rooms in the bottom, and you'll notice I have elevators covering both sides. These elevators prevent mole rats and I think rad scorpions, but not all the time. Rad scorpions are brutal. And the enemies are all based off of either the attachment to dirt and or the amount of people in your vault and like the kind of technology level that you have between everything. I'm clicking stuff just out of reflex, but I have robots on pretty much all my floors, so they will engage with emergencies, with combat, and they will make sure that everything's running at maximum. You'll see that production is absolutely maximized, and money's maximized. I have so much Nuka-Cola I don't know what to do with, but that's because I've done a lot of these And I've done a lot of missions. I don't even know how many missions I actually have left. Yeah, I have a few missions left, but not a whole lot. I've gone through a lot of them. But you want to keep doing these because, oh yeah, when this guy waves, you want to click him. But yeah, so you will see I have, a couple power rooms here, water, food. Ugh. This is the biggest problem, is that I will get rad roaches way down there, and then by the time I move people down there, it's too late. And you can only put one robot per level, so I just let the robot deal with it. But game's not perfect. The storage amounts don't make any sense to me. It should not take up this much room to store what I have. And you'll see that these are all power rooms on the side. So these are all to make sure that there's an inhabited room on that level. Plus there's training. I'm constantly training people, so that's inhabited. But the storage and the living quarters are not typically inhabited. So you want to have people around so that they can go after threats typically. Because then it just takes forever if you don't. This is localized. It's not affecting my productivity. Just click him. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at what the future of our vault is going to be. Yes, I did, you know, jury rig a bit with the stim packs and the Radaway. I don't know if I'm going to do that again, but to me, the way it's limited in the game, I don't really like. It makes you have to keep playing, even when you don't really have time. It turns into a chore having to go into the game like 10 times a day just to make sure that you get your production. Oh, it's still going, eh? It's ridiculous. All right, guys. See, this is the other thing I don't like. Like, I'm using the arrow keys to move the screen right now, but you should be able to assign a team that just goes after any emergency that happens, because keeping people in all of these rooms is just ridiculous. Like, why would you need it there? I can understand a few of them, but not all of them. So anyways, that's a quick look into things. What did I say? 20% of the people in the vault, more or less. Well, 20% of the people are running operations. And then you have the crafting people, you have the training people. I think it's about 20%. 20 to 30%? Anyways, so I hope you enjoyed a look into our vault's future. We'll be back with looking at our regular vault in just a moment. Okay, so it's been a few hours, and unfortunately, I waited too long, and a bunch of our people died. So I just revived them. Had to pay a lot of money for it, so that was not the best. He died. She died. She died. She died. And he died. We just brought back this guy with the +7 perception gear. And this guy who had the +3 agility handyman suit. So we can give that to whatever, her. So that's a +3 for the diner. Anna Stewart, she's the baby that just grew up, and Anna Frost just had a baby herself, which is the kid's wandering around here somewhere. There we go. So she's charisma. So she's going to be good with the radio room. So we're going to have to wait. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get back to the game in time, but that's the risk you take. So it's going to take between an hour and 2 hours for everybody to get back. It's not a huge deal that I had to revive them. I'm going to get most, if not all, that money back. He died real easily. But he got a gun. She got a gun and charisma. I think that's charisma outfit. Or is it luck? It's one or the other. She picked up 2 guns and 3 outfits. This one's pretty useless, but this is kind of useful. She picked up 2 guns and an outfit. This outfit's good for people that go out adventuring. For some reason, they do well with that. And Jacob, our, is he legendary or is he rare? I think he's rare. He picked up 1 more outfit and 3 more guns, which is pretty good. Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was like, we're going to get attacked any minute now. It's just the quote-unquote RNG nature of this game. When you come back and you've been playing for a certain amount of time, things happen. Or we're going to get hit with raiders, you know. So I did make the the living area bigger so that the baby could be born. Actually, I could have also just upgraded this, but we're going to be knocking that down soon. I don't think it really matters. I think we're in a good zone right now. We're not even halfway. We're satisfying our requirements really, really well. And we have extra capacity and safety stock. So that's doing very well for us right now. Our only issue that we might get is storage. So what we're going to have to do is when the other people come back, we're going to have to use those items quickly. But, I mean, already we have a +3 for the diner that we didn't have before. And is that the only outfits we have? Oh, yeah, that's right. So, who are we going to use here? We're going to give it to him because he's not really good at anything else. So we're probably just going to keep him here. So he'll get the what is it called? Wasteland Medic. So he's a +2 perception. So like we don't necessarily need her in here, but we'll keep her in here. We're going to be producing quite a bit of... I didn't even click you. Going to be producing quite a bit of good stuff here. I don't know, the game's acting kind of weird since I started it up again. Just give him military fatigues as well. So I'm actually surprised at how well our resources have been holding up. $25 minutes and 10 minutes. We really do need 2 people in here. But it really depends on how often I'm going to be checking it. So, I mean, we could put her in here if I'm able to check every 10 minutes. Just something came up and I wasn't able to check in on this with the same amount of frequency. But I will hopefully be able to do that for the rest of the day. And then we'll see where things are. And remember, everybody, if you have any questions or comments, be sure to put them in the comment section. And to like and subscribe. if you're enjoying the videos and the walkthrough and how I'm attempting to relate these things to real life situations and supply chain. But in general, we're doing extremely well. We're going to be getting back a whole bunch of stuff. And we're going to have more gear. And we're going to have to decide how many people we want to send out again. Or what we might just do is send out the, Jacob? What was his name? I think his name was Jacob. Jacob. Send him out, but send him out with Stimpaks and Radaway so that he can stay out there for longer and get more stuff. Because, like I said before, the longer they stay out, the better stuff they pick up. I think we're good right now. What about our challenges? Dancing, we do not want to bring our population up too fast right now. I think it's a good time to just chill for now. I mean, this is all on the first day of well, this is the first day that I've been playing this game, right? So these are going to refresh and hopefully we'll be able to get more lunch boxes. What was the other thing I wanted to check? Oh, we don't actually have any more lunch boxes right now. But we're doing very well. We're doing very, very well. We're keeping on top of our demand. We have extra supply. We just need to make sure we keep an eye on it. So I'll come back a little bit later, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so now we just had a bunch of our, my mic, just had a bunch of our regular types come back from the wasteland, and I left Gloria in her gear, and because it gives her a bonus to agility, which we'll bring here. Oh, there's our hero. We'll deal with him in a second. And Sarah Harper, I gave her the initiate robe because that gives her a +1 to agility as well. Oh wait, she's not in the right spot, is she? She's more perception based. We have a lot of people that are heavy on the perception, which is okay. She's not in exactly her favorite place, which is why her happiness is staying at 69%. So, actually, let's bring her into the water treatment room for now. So, like, I ended up healing her with Stimpaks and Radaway. And yes, I did find out that our storage is only at 15. So we are going to need to expand these at some point. Or build another room. I'm not quite sure what the best play is, because I think they changed things since the last time I played. So here is Jacob, our hero. So we're going to collect his gear. And of course it says we're running out of space. That's something that just keeps happening now, isn't it? So we have some gear. We're maxed out on our Stimpaks, which I think is kind of ridiculous, but there it is. I think there's plenty of room. If someone's aware of a mod that fixes this, I would like it, because I don't like arbitrary, ridiculous, illogical limitations. So just don't have much patience for it. But anyways, so he still has his hunting rifle, which is quite good. And there isn't much difference between a 5 to 7 and a 6 damage weapon. This just means that if they have higher stats, they're more likely to do more damage. like a higher perception, that kind of a thing. Okay, so he's good with that. We still don't have any pets. So realistically, what we can do is I feel like sending him out with a few stim packs and everything, but the issue is that it's end of day for me, and I don't know if he's going to survive. I could give him all this stuff. I don't know if he's going to survive, but I mean, he's level 12. He has, entry level power armor. Yeah. Of course. Seems like when I'm in the middle of trying to think things through, I get attacked. It's like, oh, you're not moving fast enough. Sort of like when toxic supervisors come by and rattle everybody's cage. When you're talking about a work thing and the supervisor thinks you're not talking about work stuff, so they rattle people's cages. Yeah, that's a toxic leader. We don't need people like that. We don't need that kind of attitude in the workplace. So where are we with the production? Oh, she's going to take a long time to produce that other one. So we'll move her back over there. I'm kind of moving them back and forth right now. How's your intelligence? Not great. Sarah's got a decent intelligence, has a decent intelligence, so let's send her over there. Is there any gear that can increase her intelligence? Not yet. So she has battle armor. That's something that we got from the exploring people. So that's pretty good. Just looking around to see who we can give gear. We can give him the medieval ruler outfit because it does have a +2 to perception, which is useful, which will increase production. We want to maintain the highest levels of productivity that we possibly can for as long as possible. So right now, what would be key is to get a couple vault or lab coats, I think they're called. Vault coats, lab coats. So we can increase this. And then what would be very, very good is if we were to get another legendary or uncommon or rare, whatever you want to call them, person for exploring, because that'll make a huge difference. So you know what? Let's just send him out there. Let's give him all the gear. And I think it's important to let them go all the way out because I've actually had them bug out. I've sent them out and then saved and closed. I don't know, maybe they fixed that. I would save and close and then the game would kind of mess up on me. So here's another 9 minutes, 9 minutes. Okay, so they're pretty much lined up. So that's essentially what we're going to do for now. And it's important to keep things low key. We're waiting on our population right now because the next thing we get is the overseer's office, which does not give us much. That allows us to send out groups of like 2 or 3 to do special missions, but our people are not ready for that. We do not have enough gear. The radio station studio gets more people coming in. We need to be careful of that. The weapon workshop, it's decent to be able to build entry-level weapons, but it's very time-consuming and it's very expensive, and these workshops take a lot of energy. What's more important is getting this weight room. I'm more interested in that than anything else, and training up our people to make them as strong as possible, both for productivity and defense. And we can train our explorers with their strength as well. And that's something that, where is he? Jacob would really use because he only has like a strength of 2 or 3. So if we were to get him up to like 6 and then he has a +3 with the power armor, he'll be getting us a lot more gear because he'll be winning a lot more battles. So things to keep in mind, I'm going to slowly increase our population, our crew, our workforce, just to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on all of this and I'm allowing for time for people to be getting the better gear, like the suits and that sort of thing. Like right now we have a surplus of them, actually. We can actually switch her around because she only needs the agility. The perception might be useful for if we need another person in here or if we send another person out exploring. So we're gonna take another little break. I'm gonna take care of a few things, and we might be able to check in one more time today. But so far so good, and be sure to ask questions and say comments in the comments section. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, this is our next update. We just completed this challenge, so now we have a robot. Robots do not count for your population total. What they do is they help automate the collection of resources, but they only work at one level at a time. What do I do? Oh yeah, I gotta open the box. It's always the same. It's always the same robot. There's no super robot or legendary robots. Not that I'm aware of. That could be something new. This, I think, is our younger child that grew up. We're going to put her in here for a moment. She's going to be a little tricky to get that happiness up, so let's just let her rest for a minute, get her bearings. Robots are really good in the first couple levels. I think they increase the amount of resources you collect when you're not actively playing. I think we're gonna put it on the second level because we have 4 different resources here. I ended up giving all the resources to, what was his name? Larry? Jacob. So I gave him a bunch of resources. What we had a total of 14 stim packs, which is ridiculous. But anyways, and the 8 Radaway. He's picked up some stuff, junior officer uniform. That'll actually help us in the lab. It's not the best thing to get, but it's not bad. This pistol, not very good, but better than nothing. And the enhanced lever action rifle, it's better than what some of our people have already. So I'm feeling fairly confident to let him adventure overnight. I do not feel comfortable letting anyone else adventure overnight. So her happiness is building up. It's only going to go up to a certain point inside of a living quarters because people get bored, right? They goof around, they have fun, and then they're like, I'm bored. I want something to do. So when it gets to that case, we're going to have to give her some gear. I'm thinking about putting her in the power room because then her strength will be 4. And I think she'll be happier there. Perception, she's not very good. Agility, she's not very good. Strength is pretty much the only thing we can work with right now. Charisma, I mean, eventually we can put her in the radio studio when we get to that point. I just like to keep things... Oh, I should have showed you how the robot does it. I like to keep things steady in the beginning. We'll give her a pistol. It's good to give them all some kind of weapon. You don't necessarily have to give them the best ones, but a couple your strongest individuals like him, it's important to give them really good weapons. What else do we have? So this doesn't show us the number of them we have. So you now watch the robot. When he hits the icon, he's going to grab it. Boom. See that? So now all we need to do is click the power. I'm not sure about the challenges if having the robot here is going to automate the grabbing of the power. I think that needs to be in-game, like when you're actively playing it, because there's stuff that goes on in the background when you're not playing it actively. So this successfully rushed 10 rooms. I do not like that one. It's a very bad idea. Like, maybe... Yeah, it's still at 30%. That's 27 because we have some people that have luck bonuses. You'll notice that Cynthia and Anthony, their gear gives them a luck bonus. And I think, yeah, Jacobs does as well. So we could rush it. That's 29%. In reality, it's best to rush the medical. Whoops, it wasn't even close. It's best to rush the medical rooms when you really want to crank out the medicine, because this is a massive bottleneck for the production of the medicine. I think they made it more constrained than it used to be. So that's challenging and annoying at the same time, but we'll find a way around it. Like I said, I do not want to use mods. I want to show everyone how to do this. Absolutely vanilla bone stock, as it is with the original, if possible. But that's going to be a huge limitation down the line when we are trying to facilitate an active exploration group. As you saw with my other video, with when I had 110 dwellers, like being limited to 15 is going to be a huge problem. So I'm not exactly sure how many that one would have. Oh, here we go with Raiders again. So Raiders are going to attack a lot. That's what they do. They're not very nice people, and they tend to cause problems. So we're going to put her upstairs, and him, he has a gun too. You can strengthen the vault door, but it's actually a bad idea because it drains your resources for a longer amount of time. So it's better to just, whatever, if they get in, they get in. Just knock them down, beat them up, teach them a lesson, and take their loot. That's all you can really do. All right, so notice that our people are equipped enough and strong enough that the Raiders didn't get to the next level. That's very important. So we want to pick up the loot. Hello. Loot. Oh, nice. A good rifle. And more coins. So 4 to 5. Give her the 4 to 6. 4 to 5. 5 to 6. Just give him the 6. So it's even with only 4. Well, I guess it wasn't. It was 4 plus 2. They came in as well. So that's important. So these two individuals here are our heavy hitters. So I'm going to upgrade them a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to start. Oh, wow. You have a shotgun? 6 to 8. What? All right. We need to give Donald the 6 to 8 weapon. We're going to give Jerry... Oh, you already have that. 4 to 6. This one's 4 to 5, correct? Yeah. So they're more heavily equipped. The ladies in the medical, yeah, we need to get them. So I'll give one a rifle or whatever and one a pistol. Doesn't really matter which one. The robot will take care of that. Whatever, I'll just pick it up. So essentially, I think everybody... Oh, you don't have a weapon. Everyone or just about everyone has a weapon. Oh, Anna doesn't. All right. You'll be the first one when we get more weapons coming in, but she's very well protected. She has 4 people around her to protect her. So it's more of a concern when there's a smaller amount of people in a larger room because their threats will be larger. So I wanted to make sure... Yeah, actually, I might want to give them... What did you have? You have a pistol. Who's the heavy hitter here? So 4. Give you that one. I'm just going to give them a general upgrade, so all their weapons went up 1 power. Who did I take the weapon from? You? Okay. So, you know, strengthen numbers of people and strengthen numbers of damage from the weapons. So this robot is going to ensure that we're maximizing our production when we're not actively in game, which I know I mentioned it before, but it's actually a really big deal. Wait, we had another... What do we have? We formal wear and merc gear. Formal wear is really good when you want to rush a room because it's luck based. So if we were to rush this, it's 34%. Formal wear, 32%. It's not a huge difference, but it makes a difference. I don't think it does anything for the production. Like, it's not like you roll and you get, like, extra production if you have a high luck. That would be kind of cool if that was a thing, but it's not a thing. Charisma and agility. I think I'm just going to keep this one because it has luck, perception, and agility. We'll just keep that with her. When we put our new girl, Lisa, when we put her in the radio room, we're probably going to give her this if that's the best charisma suit we have. I know that 2 charisma isn't doing her much good, but I think there's also an effect of charisma in the teamwork, like their happiness goes up quicker after something goes wrong. I was reading something about it. I'm not quite sure if that's completely legit, though. Oh, wow. He took out a Yagwai, which is a mutated bear, I think I mentioned before. So he's been running around for 2 hours. I think he'll be okay. He hasn't used any of his gear. So, any of his medical stuff. So I think we can leave him overnight. If not, we have enough caps that we can revive him. And he's going to bring caps back. So I think we're going to be okay. All right, well, how about let's leave it here for the day. I think with 1 day, we've done quite a lot of good work. We got everything on a good start. Almost everybody has equipment. The ladies in the medical, we're going to get them some lab coats, hopefully. We have enough people to protect the entrance. We made up for the imbalance in the abilities of the dwellers since there's so many people with high perception, but not as many with strength. We're able to mitigate that situation with outfits. And we're able to mitigate threats by bringing in our additional supervisors or lead hands. I guess she'd be kind of a lead hand because she's quite good. And yeah, we're slowly building up. We're slowly building up our medical stuff again. And the other thing is when people come back from a mission or a quest, if they didn't use the medical, the stim packs or the RadAway, they're just lost. They're gone. So it's a challenging situation, but we'll find a solution. So for now, I hope all of you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to put them below. And if you like, give us a like on the video and subscribe to make sure that you can see our next video. Have a good one.